Simone kind of turns and starts making her way out of the tavern with you two following in tow.
Yes.
Would you like to do anything, Salty?
So, Celty's gonna go up to Orton and be like, slip him another 5 silver and be like, Orton, I'm taking off.
Oh,
I need to get home.
Oh, all right. Certainly have a great evening, Salty. He scoops up the coin. He's like, thank you. See you later.
Make sure Keth gets half of that. Go grab my glaive out of the broom closet. And my like little rucksack that I probably just carry with me into town every day.
Yeah, certainly. And I'm assuming you then head towards the tower.
I'm just gonna kind of follow and
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go in. I'm just gonna kind of piddle around whatever buildings are around.
Yeah.
the tower.
As you guys are new in town, actually Simone's kind of walking and pointing out some of the different things to you. Just different people like oh, there's the cobbler, there's the that kind of thing, just generally. So you guys are going at a slower pace. So you actually catch up to them not long after you leave. When you guys do come to this probably the tallest structure in Port Marra, and the only one that you've seen so far that is not made of wood. This tower is made of stone. It stands 50 to 75 feet tall, which towers above a lot of these just 2-story structures. It's not so much like slanted like Tower of Pizza in that it actually like changes angles regularly. So it's almost like a zigzagging lightning bolt coming out of the ground. What you guys see on top are these 3 statues. One pointed south toward the silver slopes. One points east towards the ocean. And one points north towards the northern settlements. Yes, those were a gift just not too long ago. It's supposed to, I don't know, the one pointing south is supposed to be an ode to, the Dragonborn that have, I don't know, existed on this continent for millennia that we are just now beginning to know. The one that points towards the ocean is supposed to remember where we all have come from other lands. And the one that points north is supposed to remind us that, well, there are 3 different settlements of people here, our company and then the Republic and the other trading company, that we all are actually one people, and to remember that when the time arises, we should still care for one another. It was some kind of hocus thing that another Mage-in-Residence sent as a gift, but they had it installed, and so there it is now, but that's the idea. So, but please, come inside.
It's a nice sentiment.
I agree. Please, do come in. And you guys go inside, and on the first floor is just kind of a general like welcoming kind of parlor. But you guys do see there are all sorts of oddly shaped glass vials and contraptions. You actually see there's a suit of armor without a head. It's just an empty suit of armor that is there cutting carrots at a counter, and is like kind of preparing a meal. And she kind of like collapses and lounges on a sofa. She goes and she gestures to some of the other sofas or comfortable armchairs on this level, and she goes, please make yourself comfortable. Please do sit. And do you guys sit?
Absolutely.
All right.
I sit there just like studying the armor that's just chopping away at the vegetables.
And she said,
looking at it.
"Oh, don't mind him. It's just some animated armor that I've come across that I've bound to me. It's nothing. It's a trinket, really. Anyways, so this job that I'm proposing. The truth is that the only way, yeah.
I was gonna say, is there like a first floor window that Celty can just?
There's
like,
several. There are several.
Celty's just like doing this internal battle, like get involved, don't get involved. Are they gonna get themselves killed? Are they, Mm-hmm. So she's just kind of trailing.
Yeah.
Deciding.
And
she's gonna decide at a moment.
I mean, it's a nice autumn evening.
Yeah.
So actually, several of the windows are open, so you can actually stand near one and hear most of the conversation. Simone just looks you all over and said, so as you saw on the notice, we are having some sort of attacks going on almost nightly. People are being viciously mauled, scraped, attacked. I'm able to do what I can to help mend their wounds and so are some of the local healers. But the truth is that we need to stop it at the source. We've tried several things, and frankly, the reason why that notice has been up there for so long is we're left with only one option. And it's, well, bait.
Ah.
Now, I would understand if this means you don't want to take the job, but if you're willing, I'd like for one of you to act as bait this evening for these, whatever this is. Both of you are new, so it means that even if it is a person attacking, they may not know or suspect that you're actually working with me to uncover this.
So you You have an idea of where they come from, or
That's the thing. I have none. They leave there are no tracks, no traces, nothing. Just horribly injured people. And I mean to help these people.
of course.
Is there anything on the wounds that would suggest monsters or man-made or?
It is either a monster or a very, very powerful mage. We have come across cuts horribly, horribly deep. Horrible scarring has occurred on some of the victims. If you're willing to help, I will do what I can to aid you. But if I'm out on the street, I'm afraid that it may not attack. So it will rely on the other one of you waiting for the attack to potentially strike from a distance, and then both of you engaging it and subduing what or whoever it is.
Would I recognize any of what she described as anything I might have come across in any of the expeditions?
Roll a nature check.
All right. Ooh, 14.
In what you've experienced, a lot of your experiences have been out in the wilderness. Right. Something that brings different types of stones or uses some kind of weird stone like that as a weapon or some kind of magical essence doesn't really click for you.
So I'd be able to kind of sort of deduce that it's possibly a person doing this and not a monster necessarily?
Maybe. You don't know why the hell there'd be different kind of stone or rock used, but maybe.
Okay. I don't think Varis would have any idea on anything even remotely close. Yeah. Just realistically.
I'm okay with being bait.
Well, here's the rub. You're a dragonborn. You kind of stand out. They may be hesitant to attack you because of, there are those that believe your kind to be a little more aggressive and more difficult to subdue than others, so they may not see you as a potential target. And she kind of turns her eyes to you, Varis.
Well, someone new
However,
in town.
The well-to-do,
yes,
well-dressed, new to this place man who, no offense, good sir, but frankly doesn't really seem to know what he's doing, may be the better temptation.
I can take no offense at truth.
Welcome to the real world.
Snooty boy. I have my ways to quickly, if briefly, escape an unsafe situation if needed. I think. Truthfully, I am rather new to this adventuring business, and I am still learning.
Simone just says to you, well, no one can ever fault you for not being brave and courageous to try and help these people. And I thank you, Varis. I really do. My plan, frankly, is, Varis, for you to set out from here alone in about an hour. Cain, you follow from a discreet distance, keep to the shadows, and hopefully something strikes you, Varis. I do not wish that, believe me, but
yes, but it's...
I must remain here, but I will do what I can to aid you. Truthfully, you guys might be on your own.
Is there a place in town where these attacks have been most frequent?
The town square, it's about a 10-minute walk from here, has been a frequent location of attacks.
Center of town, so that definitely reinforces the theory that this might not be a beast just because of or at least an unaided beast, just because the distance it would have to travel without being seen and blending in.
The cover of dark can be quite useful.
Let's go find ourselves a ruffian.
So you all wait an hour. Simone does treat the two of you to an amazing, just small helping, because you have eaten recently, but it's actually an amazing beef stew that this animated armor has prepared. And so you guys can have a small bowl of that, and then you all set off. And as you go to the door, she looks at the two of you and sets a palm on each one of your shoulders, and just really quickly brings the two of you in for an embrace and pulls away quick. And she goes, "Good luck, you two. I wish you all the best." And she kind of pats the two of you on the side of your faces and then pushes you out the door.
Did that feel a little bit like a goodbye to you? Like, not a see you later goodbye.
I mean, that seemed like just a normal hug to me. Which I didn't like.
Okay.
Maybe she gave you a different hug.
Varis, since this is your first time ever doing anything like this,
100%.
I would like for you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Let's do it.
Oh no.
That is an 11.
An 11.
Yep.
Okay.
I imagine I'm feeling pretty shook right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Okay. No, you're able to actually calm your nerves.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that internal terror goes away, but you're like, I'm literally, all I have to do is walk.
Yep.
And then what happens is going to happen. So you set out. Cain, what are you going to do?
I'd like to take my like leather tunic and stuff and kind of wrap it over my head, tuck my tail around as like a belt,
Okay.
to try to make myself seem less
Dragonborn and just more general
and
humanoid.
then just kind of hunch over to hide the fact that I'm very
Yeah,
beefy.
you're massive. Yeah. To do that,
Okay.
roll a deception check.
That's a 16.
16. Okay. Pretty convincing limp and hunch. Okay, so are you going to follow? So you're just going to follow openly in the street? How are you going to?
I'm going to probably stick to the shadows, but at the same time, as we get closer to the actual square, I'll try to make myself a little bit more known, just because I do not have confidence in him maintaining his shit whenever things go down. So if I can get it to focus on me instead as a hobbled person.
Go ahead. Okay, so right now just go ahead and roll me a stealth check. Celty, what are you doing?
And I feel like I'm kind of like tailing them, but like from a half block in kind of like walking parallel street.
Okay.
Along them. But I also probably, if they took a short rest amount of time, I probably would have put on my armor.
Okay. Yeah. I'll say yes.
We had briefly talked about the type of Asmar I am. Sometimes wear masks.
Yeah.
And so I would have had that, which has like, I realized after I had like thought about it, looks very much like Slade's mask from like Deathstroke, Teen Titan. Like, so like half is like literally just black, and the other side has like an icelet with.
Do both sides have islets or just the one?
You can't tell if the black side.
So
has
there's an isolet there, but maybe it's just like it's kind of covered to where you can't see your
it
eyes.
has like, I would say that side is covered. It's like real dark, like ebony wood, but it also has like a black cloth veil over that side.
That's where you can see. Okay.
And it kind of hangs down, and then the right side has like more bronzy gold, like kind of just
Filigree kind of
filigree.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, are you following them, or are you doing the street over heading towards
where she said, like the center of town? I probably would know that after hearing enough rumors that it's probably the center of town. I kind of want to just be like halfway down the street from the center plaza, but I'll probably like pop over and make sure that I'm like kind of behind them.
And you want to stay discreet though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just roll me a stealth check.
Nat 20.
Okay, yeah. Wow. Is that 2 natural 20s
That
for you
is.
tonight? Man.
It is.
There's enough shadow now. It's true dark now. And with your outfit on, even with the smoldering armor, I mean, it doesn't make a noise. It's just an effect. And you're behind them. And frankly, Varis is too focused on one foot in front of the other. And Cain's just keeping an eye on Varis. So,
Which, by the way, I rolled a 14 on my stealth.
okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay, great. Good to know.
Yeah, I imagine I'm trying to walk, not like super slow, but pretty casual pace and kind of trying to act like I'm lost.
Varis, while you're walking along, roll me a perception check.
All right. I'm pretty good at these. Not tonight. I'm not too anxious. 11.
Yeah, at this point, you're about the 5-minute mark. You continue going. Another about 5-6 minutes pass, and now you're actually entering the center of town, the town square.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll me another perception check. And Cain, you roll one as well.
Okay.
Cool. Different dice, same roll. 11.
11.
15 for me.
15. Varis, you start walking, and what you guys see, it pretty much is open. There's like some like stalls where like some fruit might be sold. Just it's a bricked, basically square. So there's some stalls where some fruit is sold. There's actually a stage that's being put up in the center of town right now. And so Varis, you just kind of like start heading out into the square, kind of towards that stage. Varis, I'd say you get probably about 60 feet into the square. And the square is about, from one end to the center, it's about 100 feet. So it's 200 feet across the square is. So you probably get about 60 feet in. Cain, this is when you kind of get to the opening of the square. And you see to your right, on a rooftop, you see a shadow move behind a chimney.
Okay.
That's all you see. At this point, I'd say that you're actually from the street kind of over. You arrive as well, so roll me a perception check.
Another natural 20.
You look up to your left. That's fine. You look up to your left. If you go one more after 20, though, I'm going to make you switch. Out of the shadow of this chimney, as you're passing just a moment later, you see this gray claw clutch the edge of the roof and grip it.
From out of
the shadow of the chimney.
No.
You just see a shape there, but you see this claw.
I don't see a shape. Or I just see a shape.
You see a shape and then this gray claw reach out.
I'm going to use Eyes of the Night.
Okay.
To give me like the uninhibited dark vision, like perfect dark vision.
Yeah. You see this fiendish stone humanoid figure with tusks and wings crouching there.
Oh no.
It looks down at you, Salty, and then it takes off and it begins to dive at Varis. Varis, you hear this come at you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
Oh dear.
Varis gets to do one thing.
Yeah.
And then rolling for initiative.
Oh. I have to think of what Varis would do in this situation and how panicked he is.
And I'd say it's about 30 feet from you now.
Large shadow moving fast. Yeah, I'll cast Fog Cloud, centered on myself.
Okay, that's 20 foot, right?
I think it's a 20-foot radius.
Okay, you cast Fog Cloud. So you guys see this fog just instantly appear around Varis as this thing is hurtling. I need everyone to roll for initiative.
16.
I thought he was going to say 20 again. I was just
I know.
like, okay.
I'm like, what the hell? Okay, Salty, Varis, what's your initiative?
12.
12 for Varis and Cain.
21.
21 for Cain. All right.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. Cain, surprise, surprise. You're first up. You're about 40 feet from what's going on.
Okay. Bonus action, scratch the crap out of the scar on my shoulder.
Yeah, the
in
V-shaped
rage.
scar. Okay.
Yeah. And then move my full 30 feet closer and chuck one of my javelins at it.
All right, go ahead and roll for the attack.
17 plus 6 is 23.
Yep, that hits.
Woo! 5 damage. 5 points of piercing.
Yeah. You it hits it and it scrapes across its spine and you hear it just kind of let out this like noise.
Does the javelin count as a strength-based attack? So add 2 to that. Okay. For rage.
Okay. Cain, I believe that's everything you can do.
Yeah, I'm tapped out.
Okay, so it's now this creature's turn. It just goes plummeting into the fog cloud.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
And as it's going to try and grab you.
Yep.
So it's going to make...
Heavily obscured?
Yes. So it's going to try and grapple you at disadvantage. Cool. And I need you to make, I guess, dexterity or athletics check at disadvantage as well. No, I'm going to try and meet your AC with an athletics check.
Okay.
At disadvantage.
Okay.
And if I meet it, I'll say it grapples you. Cool. I don't know how the rules actually work. That's what I'm saying it is. Fight me, internet. Oh boy, that is an 18.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Okay.
Guaranteed.
You feel this form just plow into you, and you hit the ground.
Ouch.
Do we hear this thud at all?
Nope. Salty, it's your
That's
turn.
not good.
You just see this fog cloud, and you see a thing disappear into it, and nothing comes out.
No damage, right?
No damage. No, it wraps you up and pretty much is like holding you up against it.
Concentration is maintained.
We didn't have a long rest after that other session, so I'm 2
Yeah,
skill slots down.
It's the same day.
I'm not going to run in. I'm going to stay kind of like back in that alleyway.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to cast Sacred Flame.
What does it have to do?
Succeeded dex save of 13. It's not that high.
Does it get an advantage if you can't see it?
It's just a dex save, so it's not... hold on. I have to be able to see it. So if it's heavily obscured...
Then you can't cast that if you can't see it.
So...
It's a thick cloud. Yeah.
Then I'll just run in and hit it.
Okay.
I'll just try that.
Right,
then.
you
I'll
run
go
in.
back to plan 1.
Roll your attack at disadvantage.
That's not going to hit. That's like a 6.
6?
Yeah.
That misses. Varis, it is now your turn.
Fantastic. And so this creature has me
it's
like,
pretty much
pinned
hugging
on
you.
the ground.
It's hugging you to its chest.
Okay.
And you can feel the wings moving up like it's about to push off.
Okay. Cool. Then I am going to go ahead. I'm not 100% sure on the rules of how this works. I am going to wild shape into a spider.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Wait, a giant spider or just a spider?
A teeny tiny spider.
That's bonus action, right? For you?
It's an action.
It's an action. Okay.
Correct.
You know, I'm going to say, just because I think it would happen, I'm going to say you shifting into a spider is also an attempt at breaking the grapple.
Okay.
Because I think that's what you're going for.
Yes.
Essentially. So I'm going to say, as part of that thing, go ahead and roll a dexterity against its athletics to see if it can hold on to you.
Cool.
Or strength. It throws strength. Okay.
You said strength?
For you, it can be dexterity or strength.
Oh, I'm going to
Use
use
the
dex.
spider's dex?
Yeah, use the spider's dex.
Oh, I use the spider's dex.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so for wild shape, your physical attributes.
Right.
So your strength, dex, and con are your spiders. Your other ones are yours.
Right. Ooh, even better than mine. That's a 19.
19. Okay, yeah. You shift and you drop to the ground, and you hear this kind of confused.
And I very quickly scurry away.
Okay.
20 feet.
20 feet. You come out of. Does it stay centered on you, the fog cloud?
I think it stays where you cast it.
Okay. So you come just out. Which direction do you head in?
North.
As a spider, you're right in front of that stage.
Cool.
So you're now on the other side of the fog cloud from where Cain is.
Cool.
All right, Cain, you're up.
This is so inconvenient.
I knew it would be, but that's what I would do.
Hey, that's D&D, folks.
Yep.
All right. Did I hear the huh?
No. it was pretty low and soft. It was,
Okay.
And you're 20 feet away.
Well, since I didn't hear anything and I didn't see it come flying back out, I just bum rushed to the center of the fog.
Okay.
I'm assuming I run into it.
I don't know. What are you doing?
Yeah, we'll just... If I run into it, I'm going to swing at it with my great axe.
Okay, then roll an attack at disadvantage.
That's a 16 to hit.
That hits.
Yay! 7 points of slashing damage.
7 points of damage. All right.
Because I'm still raging.
Nice.
As your axe grates across its back and you hear it like kind of cry out, you get the feeling that your blows aren't as effective as maybe you would have hoped. You're not sure why, but you're hitting stone essentially, but it still doesn't seem to do as much as you would have expected.
Right. And for my bonus action, I don't have anything, so...
Solid.
All right, it is this guy's turn.
Yeah.
He's in front of you, and then suddenly, he's gone. You, Salty, see this creature break out of the top of the fog cloud, kind of the fog kind of dissipating and then reforming. And it's
power jump straight up.
Yeah. Oh, and it's flying 60 feet. It's hovering 60 feet above there.
Oh!
And it's going to just look around, and it spots you. And it just kind of turns its glare on you.
I mean, I'm in the fog cloud.
Did you run in?
Yeah, because I ran it and
you
tried
did.
hitting it with my glaive.
That's right. Okay, so never mind.
Three.
You don't see it either. It's just up and out.
Okay.
And it's going to spend its turn looking for a spider. Does not see you. Okay, Salty, you're up. And I would say you would have felt the dissipation of air of it leaving. So even though you couldn't see it leave, you get the sense that it left.
Yeah, I'll just keep running the direction, like through the direction.
Okay.
Like so opposite of where I was previously.
Yeah, you come. Yeah,
so
you come
I need,
out.
10 feet of movement to get out of the cloud.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and so you break out, and you see the open square in front of you. You don't know that there's a spider that's a ally.
Oh yeah, I have no idea. Like,
but you see this to your left, a couple feet away. You see this terrifying visage of this woman in like smoking chainmail with this this half gold orange, half black mask, holding a glaive, come rushing out of the fog.
Whatever the spider equivalent of hyperventilating.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look around and try to spot the guy. I guess. Like,
you knew that he went up.
He went up. Okay,
Yeah,
so I would just
you know that he's up there.
Okay. Now I will try Sacred Flame.
Okay. And it's a dexterity save, right?
Yes. 13.
Fails.
Hey!
That's a 3 of Radiant.
Okay. Spider Varis.
Mm-hmm.
What did you cast? Sacred Flame?
Yeah, Sacred.
You see above this beast above you, because you're kind of looking back over your spider shoulder at it, and you see just out of nowhere, you see this kind of orange glow appear a couple feet above the gargoyle, and then this jet of fire just down on it.
Nice.
All right, Salty, anything else? I think that's...
I would probably like look for some cover, like either a stall or boxes to kind of like...
About 10 more feet away there is a stall
Okay,
from you that you could go duck behind.
I'll do that then.
Okay, perfect. Varis. Spider Varis.
Yeah. I haven't got much rangy stuff today. I don't know what you are.
Yeah, you don't know that that's the what you assume is the barmaid.
Yeah.
You don't know that's the barmaid under there.
It's spooky, smoky.
It's just some kind of like vengeful spirit that has shown up out of your fog, and you're kind of
also attacked it.
Yeah, you did. Because you would have seen it cast that spell, so you know that it's attacking the monster.
It's on my side at least. Okay. I think initial panic aside, well, still a little panicked. Feeling a little bit more confident in not being out in the open, though. I will drop the spider form.
Okay. So you see on the ground, you didn't even know there was a spider. You see suddenly Varis is suddenly there about 15 feet away from you.
Gotcha.
I will turn to Mystery Spirit and say, I don't know who you are, but we really need some help. And I will cast Shillelagh as a bonus action.
Okay.
I will use my action to prepare an attack.
Okay.
If it gets within range, I'll give it a bonk.
Okay. All right. Kane, you're up. You're in a fog cloud.
Would I have seen the stage whenever we were approaching the town square before the fog cloud went up?
Just barely, but yeah.
Okay, and from my current position, would that be about, 30 feet? I would like to head that direction.
Okay. You sprint out.
Definitely getting out of the fog. So at least using 20 feet of my movement to get out of the fog.
Okay, Varis, roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Uh-huh.
You're running straight towards Varis.
Oh, dear. 10.
Yeah, you plow right into Varis. Neither of you go down, but it does cut your movement in half, so you only have 5 more feet of movement.
I hate you. Okay, but I can see the monster from where I am now?
Sure.
I don't know why it matters anyways. I can't do anything. It's 60 feet in the air.
Yeah.
I'd like to take my extra 5 feet of movement to go to anything that might help in elevating my stance. Getting away from him.
There's nothing in your immediate vicinity, but you could take a step towards the stage. If you take that extra 5 feet of movement, you would be about 15 feet from it.
Okay, and then after that, would I be out of difficult terrain, so to speak, since I'd be away from him? Okay, and then I'd like to use my dash to get up on top of the stage.
Okay, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do easily. Do you want to be stay at the edge of the stage or go more towards the center of it?
Whatever gets me up higher faster.
It's all the same level, so...
Oh, so the stage isn't, raised at all?
No, it's pretty much like a lifted, 4-foot platform kind of thing up.
Okay, hang on.
It's about 20 square feet. That's like a 4-foot raised platform.
Is there anything nearby that's slightly higher up?
Nah, dude.
Okay, in that case, I'm using... No, actually, I won't dash. I will hold my action with my great axe to swing at it if it dives down within 5 feet of him.
Okay. Because you hit it last turn, Salty, it's actually going to dive and land right in front of you. And it's going to lift this massive claw and just swipe down at you.
Bring it.
That's a 9 to hit.
Let me check my... Oh, no.
All right, well, good thing it has multi-attack.
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
And so it's going to try and bite you next. Oof. 23 to hit.
You know what? That'll just barely hit.
Just barely. 4 points of piercing damage. And no, I'm not going to say that. Okay, that was Mr. Gargoyle's turn. Salty.
So it's right there in front of me, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to headbutt it
Okay.
to inflict wounds.
All right, I like that. All right, go for it.
That's a natural 19.
Oh, yeah, that'll hit.
14 total.
14.
Necrotic.
And that's necrotic.
damage.
Okay. Yeah, your head just hits it right in the middle of its chest, and you see this kind of greenish, sickly glow kind of go vein out through its chest, and it just kind of stumbles back for a second, grasping its chest, and it looks down, and then looks at you with just hate in its eyes.
You know what? I'm going to dip into the fog. I'm going to take that chance and...
Okay. So, yeah, it will make an attack of opportunity.
Go for it.
With its claws. another 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
That's 5 slashing damage. But you run and you make it to the fog.
Gotcha. All right.
And you're in. All right. And it kind of wheels about towards you, sees you go in the fog, and then turns its glare towards you two. And Varis, you're up.
Cool. How far away is the gargoyle?
It's about 20 feet from you.
20 feet from me. So I will take step 5 feet forward.
Okay.
So it's within the cube.
Uh-huh.
And I'll cast Thunder Wave.
Okay.
So that is a DC 13, I think.
And it's
is
Dex,
my
right?
save.
Con save.
Yes. Probably decent at those.
Yeah, but it barely fails it. Yeah, so
dope.
roll dat.
Let me
Roll that thunder
recall
damage.
how much damage I roll. 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. Okay.
Thunder damage if it matters. And it's pushed 10 feet away.
Yeah. So what happens is you run up, Cain, you see the druid kind of cast his thing, and you see this cube of electricity just suddenly spark to life, and you see the gargoyle go flying back. When you also cast it, you shatter the stall that Celti had been hiding behind before, because that's where the gargoyle is laying next to. And so you guys literally, you two see this stall this wood just go flying out.
Massive.
And this gargoyle gets
thunderclap.
like pushed straight back, and it kind of like tries to steady itself, and it steadies itself, but then looks at you with it's pissed at you right now.
Yep.
All right.
Into the fog.
Okay, Varis, you duck into the fog. Cain, so it sees it do that, and it kind of looks at the fog, and then it turns its gaze on you, Cain. Cain, you're up.
So it's about, 30 feet away?
From you, it's 25 feet away from you.
Bum rush at it, scratching the scar again, raging back up for the bonus action.
Okay.
I would like to grapple it. So, yeah. So that'd be a strength check, right? Ooh, I get advantage on that.
I think it's an athletics, but I think you still get advantage on it.
That would be 18.
You grapple it.
Yeah, jump on its back, grab it by the wings, and just be like, no.
Okay. It is going to attempt to break free.
So I have to make a contested strength check against
contested
that.
strength check.
Ooh, that's not as good. 10.
Its wings break your hold just barely. It got I thought I was going to, it got, what'd you roll?
I rolled a 10, 6 plus 4.
I got an 11. It just barely, like you're like kind of like wrestling it out, and then it finally breaks, and you fall to the ground, and it's going to turn on you, and it's going to hit you with both of its multi-attacks. 14 to hit.
That actually just hits.
Just hits, okay. So that'll be 5 points of slashing damage from its claw.
Half to 3.
Yeah. And then it will take a bite at you, and that is a 16 to hit. And that'll be 4 points of piercing damage, half to 2. And then it is going to take off into the sky.
I would like to take an attack of opportunity on it.
Yeah.
Please, and thank you. Can I make that a grapple?
Nope.
I can't math today. 15.
Just hits.
11 plus another 6. 17 points of slashing damage.
Okay. You felt like you got a really solid connection. Didn't seem to do as much damage as you were hoping.
Yeah, I'm hitting a rock.
It's now, so that was the gargoyle. Celti.
I, as creepily as possible, just point a finger at it.
So you step out of the fog cloud?
Oh yeah, Toll the Dead.
All right. What's the range on Toll the Dead?
60 feet.
Okay, yeah,
Nice.
just within range. All right. This is my favorite cantrip. Wisdom save, you say?
Yeah.
15.
Succeeds.
Varis, you're up.
Cool.
You also step out and cast a cantrip.
I'm about out of ranged things for the day, if I'm being quite honest. Whichever direction Mystery Spirit was.
Okay. Next to you.
Directly next to me, or?
Pretty much, yeah. You guys can't see each other, but you can like you can like feel someone's presence somewhere.
Yeah.
Like you know that like there's a shape there.
So I'm gonna try and get a little bit cozy. This is where it gets a little bit weird because I have to be able to see the creature.
Is it like where we see like
it's pretty dense. It's magical fog, so it's pretty dense.
So it's like a slightly less potent version of darkness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll allow it. I'll say that you can do it.
Okay.
Just because why not?
Sure. All right. But no, I will wallow up some of the energy of the summer court, and I'll give you max hit points back. You get 6 hit points,
Sweet.
and 1 temporary hit point.
Ooh. Anything else, Varis? Is that it?
No, I don't have much I can really do.
All right. Healing's not a bad thing to do. Cain. Gargoyle 6 feet above you. You're on the ground. You're a melee barbarian. What do you do?
Grumble, grumble, grumble. I've still got one more javelin. Fuck it.
Okay.
Nice.
Just so that way I can keep my rage going. 16 plus 6. 22. 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Does the javelin stick into him, or does it fall down to where I could possibly pick it up later?
It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't stick into him. He's stoned. It glances off him and falls to the ground about 10 feet away.
Gargoyle's stoned.
He's so high.
Okay. And the gargoyle is going to drop to the ground in front of you, Cain, and it is going to multi-attack you. First one is with the claws. That misses.
No.
Yes!
Second one is a bite. 15 to hit.
Boo on you!
Just hits you? Okay.
Yeah, my AC is 14.
Okay. Well, that's 4 piercing damage.
Subtract 2! Yay!
All right, and that's the gargoyle's turn. It's Celti's. Celti, you're up.
How's Cain looking? So, I don't want numbers.
I'm still above half, so I'm not...
Okay, you're not bloodied yet.
No.
Okay.
I will say you do notice that there's the scar that's a V that you've noticed on his arm is bleeding.
Gotcha. How's the gargoyle looking?
It's looking cracked and crumbly.
Ooh!
Okay. Then I'll go ahead and just step back out the fog and do the Toll the Dead thing.
Okay.
Again.
And it's a wisdom save, right?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
It's a 16.
Yeah. Okay.
Looking down and seeing DC 13 is just like, oh,
Yeah. That's
really?
a little... Yeah. Okay. I'll kind of work my way over towards, like, within, I'd say about 15 feet of Cain.
Okay. Varis, you're up.
Cool. I will poke my head out. Is it gone yet? Oh heavens. I'll give it a wallop.
Okay.
Oh dear. That's an 11.
To hit. Yeah, that'll miss. Okay, Cain, you're up.
Alright, bum rushing it with the axe, because I mean, what the hell else am I gonna do?
All right, roll that attack.
I mean, I'm not gonna shoot lightning at it.
I know. Aren't you guys gonna be so happy when your barbarian gets a extra attack?
That's a 1. Natural 1.
Natural 1. Okay.
2 attack.
Gonna roll to see if
forgot about
it's.
You want to explain kind of...
Yeah. So what happens is if someone rolls a natural 1 in combat, I roll a d4. A 1 or a 3, the person who failed receives some type of damned image or some sort of like negative consequence. 2 or a 4, it's just a miss. So I rolled a 3. So you're at. I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Also a 1. Plus 2, so a 3.
A 1 is a 1 is a 1. You go to swing and you actually swing crazy high arc and you get off balance and you slip and you fall and you hit the tenderness of your scar on the pavement really hard, like on a jagged stone, and you take 2 points of piercing damage.
Half to 1.
Actually, no. 2 points of piercing damage because it was a double fail. It's now the gargoyle's turn. And you're prone,
Oh no!
Yeah.
and it's going to multi-attack you.
Oh no.
Hey guys, I might be in trouble now.
So on the claw attack, that is a 19, and that is 7 slashing damage. And then on the bite attack, that is a 22 to hit.
Ooh.
And that'll be 8 piercing damage.
Ooh.
And then it's just going to, as it's doing that and kind of wailing on you, it's then at the end of its turn just going to lean down over you really close and just like almost breathe this acrid, stony, kind of earth-smelling breath onto you. All right, Celti, you're up.
I'll take my glaive and kind of smack it into the ground and then kind of like, I don't know, touch my mask or something. I feel like my mask's my holy symbol.
Absolutely, I would
And
take that.
Cast Channel Divinity,
Okay.
Twilight Sanctuary.
Okay.
So, and then
For
for
the listeners at home,
what
does
that do?
what that do? What that be and how that do?
I present my holy symbol, and a sphere of twilight emanates from me. The sphere is centered on myself, 30-foot radius, filled with dim light. It moves with me and lasts for 1 minute until I'm incapacitated or die. Whenever a creature, including myself, ends its turn in this sphere, I can grant that creature one of these benefits. Give it 1d8 temporary hit points, or end one effect causing it to be charmed or frightened.
Yep.
I'm ending my turn. I get 8 temporary hit points.
Varis, you're up.
Cool. No, I think seeing my new buddy get dropped like that, I'm probably going to try and give him a heal too. That is concerning. Summon up some more of that energy of the Fae. 2 hit points and 1 temporary hit point.
And we just say what the name of the feature is that you're using?
Oh, yes. This is the Balm of the Summer Court.
Yep. Part of your Druid Circle.
Yeah.
Circle of Dreams.
I have my Druid level number of D6s that I can dole out.
Kind of a health pool.
Per long rest? Per long rest.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was your last one, right?
It was.
Yeah, because you used the other one earlier. All right, cool. Cain, you're up.
Oh, wait. Shit.
Yeah.
Hold on. That is a bonus action.
Oh.
Ooh, game changer.
All right.
Then I will, in addition, give another wallop with my shillelagh.
Okay.
That's not a miss. 23.
Yeah, that'll
to
hit.
hit.
Yeah, roll that shillelagh damage. And shillelagh makes it magical damage, correct?
Correct. So it's 2 plus, I think, 3. I think. Not 100%.
No, because it's plus your wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, you hit it, and actually what you see actually is as he hits it with his quarterstaff, his shillelagh quarterstaff, as he hits it and he brings it back, you guys see that in the cracks, some of this moss begins to sprout after he hits it. It doesn't last long, but you kind of see this moss take hold, and then it kind of withers a little bit, but you see it take for a second and then go away.
He's in the sphere. Do you already have temp hit points?
No, I do not.
Okay.
I have
so I
temporary.
Do I, or does he roll? I guess since it's
I would say, yeah, it's you that rolls every time.
Makes sense.
Take 3.
I will do that.
Cain, go for it.
I would like to state off. Stand up.
Okay. You do.
And then I would like to not move anywhere because it's in my face. In Kashmak.
Okay.
With the great axe. And hopefully the other dice will be nice to me. It's nicer. 16.
That hits.
Plus 6. That'll be 10 points of slashing damage.
Okay. So you rear back with your great axe, and you actually kind of spin. Not you're mad because I mean you messed up last turn. So you lift the great axe and actually kind of spin it in your hands as you bring it around, and you just bring your great axe right through its midriff. And as you do, the gargoyle just shatters like a statue into pieces. It falls to the ground. Here you all stand, middle of the night, in the city square of Port Marra. Cain and Varis. Behind you is this woman, armor smoldering, wearing this mask, half orange gold filigree, the other half black veiled. And that is where we're going to end.